Welcome to Volume 11 RockTalk Podcast, brought to you by Volume 11 Music. Your hosts, Rich Hoffa, Rick Lawhorn, and Mark Dunn. RockTalk, Volume 11 Music.
Hey, welcome to Rock Talk at Volume 11 Music in Fredericksburg, Virginia. My name is Rich.
Rick Law, Mark Dunn.
All right, so we had a little bit of a break there a couple weeks ago, just getting stuff going on, and we didn't have time to shoot some episodes. So happy to be back and all that stuff, and hope you guys are enjoying the commentary that we have. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like the video, share, tell all your friends, leave a comment. We do look at them, can't answer everybody back, but do enjoy looking at people's comments and reading them and stuff like that. So this week we decided to talk about remakes, bands that remade a song and you really liked it. I think we've talked a little bit about it in the early episodes about back in the 50s and stuff. You could have a song and four people could have a hit of that exact same song. So you guys want to start it off?
I'll go first, I guess.
Go ahead there.
All right.
Slick Rick.
So back in my younger days, getting into rock music, I heard a band that I liked, whoever it was, the Rolling Stones, Kiss, Queen, anybody, whoever. I just liked the songs. I didn't care who wrote it. I just said, that's a cool song. So the first time I ever remember hearing a song okay, that's a cool song, I like it, and I know they didn't write that song, it's a remake, for me, would be Van Halen off the first album when they did You Really Got Me, which was originally written by the Kinks. And I had heard the Kinks song, I liked it. I was a young kid back then. And then I'm just getting into guitar playing and hearing Eddie Van Halen, just ripping on the guitar and rocking up the distortion, and David Lee Roth with the wild, raspy kind of voice. And they took it up, exactly, yep. I loved it. I thought, that is so cool. They took this old song by the Kinks that was around in 1964, and then they did this revved up version that came out on that first album in 1978. And again, I wore that stuff out in the late 70s, early 80s.
So it was a 14-year span?
Yeah, 64 was the original You Really Got Me by the Kinks. And then technically the first Van Halen record was recorded in November of 77, as you know, but then it was released in 78. And so that was the distance, but the guitar tone to go from 60s guitar sounds, which are cool, but to Eddie Van Halen 1 guitar.
Oh,
sound,
God.
Look,
but I remember being a kid, and I remember You Really Got Me.
Yeah.
Because my brothers played.
That's right, you had the older brothers.
And I remember reading about that when some of the guitar mags I was reading as young as 6 or 7.
Yeah, you're young.
Before the Van Halen 1 came out.
Right.
That the You Really Got Me by the Kinks was kind of the first
with
really super aggressive guitar.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't think they described it. It was like anger. It was abrasive, but it was cool. I remember in a few different magazines or articles was like that was like the riff.
Yeah.
And what a genius move.
Yeah.
For them to cover it the way they did, because they took the riff and even just put it into 17th gear.
And it wasn't like the original song was bad. The original's already cool.
Great.
And then you got Van Halen, Van Halenizing that song.
Which is why they covered it to begin with.
Exactly.
They did it in the bars.
Right. A bar song for them, prior to getting signed to a record deal.
Yeah.
So that'd be my first one, that just to kind of kick the opening kickoff for the show here tonight.
Yeah. I was, listening to that too, and I think when you think about bands doing remakes, I mean, of course, we grew up in the 80s, so the Bullet Boys doing For Love of Money.
OJ's song.
Man, the singer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, pipes. Got some pipes.
Pipes. He could sing that song. But the original version was really, real cool. I don't remember when it came out.
71.
But
really?
The OJ.
Wikipedia over here.
Well,
I know, man, he is.
Let me share this.
I start studying.
Yeah. I was actively teaching guitar when the Bullet Boys version came out. And I had kids going, there's this brand new song by the Bullet Boys, and they wrote it. I'm like, well, wait a minute. They didn't write it. So, and I was a young kid back in the 70s, but I kind of remember hearing it as a kid, but I did research it later on. I was like, it was the OJ's, early 70s, kind of a funk, soul song of the early. A great song, and then like you said, Rich, great comment. The Bullet Boys just rocked it out.
Oh, they did.
And they kept the chord progression.
They
But
did,
had the presence of mind to play those power chords, blues go.
Yeah.
That's just killer.
Oh yeah.
So that's a great one. I'm a
singer. Yeah, like I said, I love the singer, and I got to see him years later. I mean, he can still
hit it, right?
He can still bring it.
I saw him open for. It was Bullet Boys, Winger, Cinderella on the Long Cold Winter tour.
Oh, wow.
Bullet Boys was the first ones on. It was
like 88 or so.
Yeah,
right?
and it was hardly on anybody, but I was like front and center. Cause I just wanted to hear that. And they had another one.
He's a good guitar player, too.
Monster player.
Yeah.
And he was also interesting, as we talk about the different factors here, but he was one of the only dudes shredding a Les Paul.
I remember that when they were new.
Yeah.
Right. He's like ripping, and he's not using a Charvel or an Ibanez, which I love. Those are great. We all had those guitars, but I mean, a Les Paul and playing like
Monster
that.
player too.
And this was right before Zakk Wylde hit the scene with Ozzy. Dude, a lot of that on the Les Paul.
Plus, he was cartoonish with his physique.
Yeah, right.
The dude would wear a shirt and look like He-Man. Like he wasn't too big, but like it was almost like they chiseled him, and he just like that was.
I remember
that was definitely a superstar.
That was around 88 or so, I guess.
Yeah, they were great.
Bullet Boys, okay, good.
Oh, and hello to our viewer in Sierra Leone. Forgot to say that. Yeah.
Wow,
You've been looking at the map again, haven't you?
We're getting big time here at RockTalk.
We got Wikipedia.
Wikipedia, man, bringing the heat to the show.
Rand McNally over here.
That's right. I just am kind of in the category of where you're coming from. Like I just enjoy, if it's a good song or not, no matter who wrote it or played it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come from a different standpoint. I think all of the Van Halen remakes.
I was going to go there next.
Yeah.
That's where I was
I
going.
think they're all.
You're No Good off the second album.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I knew that Linda Ronstadt had played
Linda
that.
Ronstadt.
My brothers were always playing the song.
Oh wow.
I remember when it was a Linda Ronstadt song.
I didn't know that.
New, like 75. And then of course Van Halen rocked it.
And it was totally just not even in the same, like completely different.
Yeah.
I thought Pretty Woman was amazing, and the funny thing about that is that they left out a part.
Right.
They just kind of whipped it out one day in the studio, like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Right. They did. They cut out part of that bridge, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of the chords on the end of that.
But all the intricate little things that Eddie put to the chord changes were like, that was killer. Dance to the Streets, amazing.
Yeah, they Van Halenized everything. And it was cool. Yeah. I mean, it was great. That was just the way they did any cover. They're going to make it Van Halen.
Yeah, I mean, it's so I'm just going to throw that out because that's it. But to the other side of it, there are some songs that many people have covered.
Yeah. Right.
So it's almost like you got to choose the one that's the best, and most often it's not the original rendition.
Correct.
Right.
And my favorite, I think the one that stands out to me the most over all of them is Hallelujah that Leonard Cohen wrote.
Yeah.
And how many
everybody. I mean, a lot of remakes.
But
that one.
I'm getting goosebumps just bringing it up right now because the Jeff Buckley version
on
the album Grace.
I've heard it, yep. Excellent.
Everybody should stop covering the song.
Right, after that, that's the way you do it.
And it's funny because, he was an unassuming artist signed back in 96, 97 or whatever. And he was playing cafes, just doing the solo stuff, and the album hadn't dropped yet.
Yeah.
The album is called Grace. And he was in Jersey doing, like a private, not a private, but small, and John Bon Jovi was there. And John Bon Jovi walks up to him and says, "Man, you're amazing, blah, blah, but your best song's Hallelujah." And I'm reading this interview, or watching this interview rather, and that's what I learned from what Jeff Buckley said to him, which was, well, yeah, no kidding, man. It was written by Leonard Cohen. And I had no idea because I wouldn't necessarily read everything on a CD, but that song and that rendition is amazing.
Right.
And it's haunting when you listen to it.
Yes, it is.
And it's a performance. It's not put together. He sat there at Bearsville Studio in Woodstock, played his telly, and sang it. And no auto-tune. And so it's one of those ones that, like I said, nobody should ever mess with it.
That goes into the Hall of Fame. Nobody else does that song after that.
Well, it's like I got to bring a shout out to the late great Ozzy Osbourne.
yeah.
We lost
Ozzy,
Ozzy a couple weeks ago, and we just finished talking about it in the one episode.
This is the first episode we've done since his passing.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he did. I don't remember, but yeah, he did a whole album of covers, and I remember I still listen to. I mean, the whole album's great. Did a really good job, but I really liked Rocky Mountain Way.
Rocky Mountain Way.
Yeah,
Oh God, I can't even do. I haven't heard him do it.
Yeah,
Great
it's cool.
version of that.
I think
Really
it's Zach
good
Wilde
with
on
Zach
guitar,
on it.
ripping.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm gonna have to listen to it. 'cause there's
Mississippi Queen was
Mississippi
cool,
Queen,
too.
yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
can't hear him killing that.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to that tonight.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had done that.
Yeah, I enjoyed
it's
it.
really
I
good.
did.
Yeah,
When it
And
was new,
he did
I
a couple other obscure covers on there too. I'm gonna have to. I've got it on CD. I'm gonna have to.
Oh,
dig
wait a
it
minute.
out,
Didn't he
take a
also
look at
do
it.
that the
think he
King
did-
Crimson song?
I'm not sure. I know didn't he do a Stone
might
song
have.
on
He
that?
did a King
I
Crimson
believe so.
song.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
What's that kid? Something.
21st Century
Yes, he
Schizophrenia.
did
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
did that
okay.
song.
April Wine did that too. Redid that.
Really?
Yeah. Seriously, it was
That's
on one of their
crazy.
albums. Which is
I wouldn't
really
have
cool.
thought they would do that.
April Wine. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a great CD. But I think it's fun. I think it's fun listen to really famous artists like that do
Other songs by other artists that are
it's-
famous. Yeah.
it's a lot of fun to watch, and
Yeah.
they're good at it because most everybody started off playing a cover,
at least a few,
a few
right.
covers, and but it's fun to watch them do that or listen to them do that. But yeah, it was a great album. Great album.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Now I have a question because Wikipedia might know the answer to that.
Okay. Oh boy, put me on the spot here.
No, not on the spot. Did Bob Dylan record All Along the Watchtower before Jimmy did?
Yes.
Okay, so if he did, that is a complete obliteration of whatever the original.
Yeah.
version-
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
Hendrix did an amazing.
And that's
and everybody
that's it.
like Jimi Hendrix.
That's
all
the
on.
one.
And I didn't know that was a Dylan song when I was younger. I just thought I had the Hendrix album that had it on. I thought, this is amazing, Jimi Hendrix. And then wait, that's a Bob Dylan song. And I finally heard the original, and it's fine. I mean, Dylan's not knocking on Bob Dylan or anything, but Hendrix doing what he did with it, with the guitar breaks and the solos. I mean, just phenomenal.
The reason I asked the question was because I thought I'd read somewhere that Dylan was upset. And I mean, I don't know why he would be upset because you're in charge of who can record and release your material.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But maybe I was reading it incorrectly when I was a kid because I did a lot of reading, and maybe he was just upset because his wasn't
Jimmy,
going to matter.
yeah, I mean, Jimmy just blew that out of the universe.
Unreal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unreal. I mean, that is the version.
But yeah, there's all kind of interesting stories like Memphis. Lonnie Mack had the
Lonnie Mack,
instrumental version because Chuck was in jail.
Yep.
And let him do it. He did that, and then came out with the vocal version of it.
Right.
Later on. So I think that my history is right on that.
Yeah, you're
one.
correct.
Yeah. So
The words of Ed McMahon. You are correct, sir. Yes, you are correct.
Well,
You know it's a legit story if somebody's in jail.
right. Chuck was on the wrong side of the law.
he
And
was-
wrote some good songs.
Yeah.
Lonnie said, "Hey man, can I do this song?" And goes out there and does it made a hit out of it, and then Chuck got
got
a hit
paid.
out of it.
Okay, here's one. So the song, we all know the song here, Walking the Dog.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, that's an old song from like the 50s.
Yeah.
The Rolling Stones redid it early in their
I
career.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very early, like on their second album.
Wow.
Then Aerosmith
Yeah.
did it on their debut.
That's
And then-
that's the premiere
Yeah.
And
version.
homework. I want to do that song for our.
Oh,
our little
okay.
guitar
Walking the
contest.
Dog.
when we do the announcement.
Yeah.
Walking
And
the
also
Dog.
Rat did a version.
I was going to say Rat on the
Rat
EP.
did they did Walking the Dog too?
Rat had
Yeah.
an EP
It's
before
not
Out of
very
the Cellar.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, Aerosmith, in my opinion,
Aerosmith did a
just
great
really,
job.
They
crushed
swung it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
they
like,
hit it out of
Right,
the park
they
with
did.
the way
Yeah.
that they did it.
Well
Yeah.
said.
that's a happening song.
Yep. Walking the Dog.
One of the songs I do in my acoustic sets, it's a super popular song, made famous by Amy Winehouse, is Valerie.
Okay.
And it's one of those songs that nobody knows it's a cover.
Yeah.
Unless you do the research, and I'm just this is a Volume 11 PSA,
Yeah,
public
all right.
service announcement. The original band for that was the Zootons,
Oh,
Huh.
okay.
British band.
Yeah.
And it's
never
a
heard of
great
it.
version.
Yeah.
But she just, took it and did her thing with it.
Right. I liked how, like, on that, Metallica would take songs that were kind of obscure and do them as covers. So, for example, they had "Am I Evil," which was a Diamond Head song.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, hey, Metallica wrote this song called "Am I Evil?" And people are like, no, it's not. It's not an original, but they would cover kind of obscure.
And when did
bands.
Diamond Head's old? When did they come
Early,
out?
they were part of what was called the new wave of British heavy metal, which came out in the early '80s.
Yeah,
Okay.
when they
I thought it was before then. But
when they were kids, they were Carbon Torso, but when they got older, it was Diamond Head.
Diamond Head. And then they did "Bread Fan" by Budgie, which was from the '73 era.
Another
very
British
obscure.
band.
Mm-hmm. And then of course they rocked that out, and that was on. It was a B-side on "Injustice for All" off of one.
Yeah.
One was a single, and that was the B-side. And then they put it on like the covers album.
There was a 45 of one.
Yeah, sure. It was a single. I had students. That's how they knew it, because I had students back there. I was actively teaching that, and they said, "Hey, have you ever heard of Bread Fan?" I'm like, "Bread? No. What's Bread Fan?" It's a band called Budgie. Budgie. That's gotta be the weirdest name ever, right? And so some of my students back then, that were in their late teens, were like diehard Metallica fanatics. So I kind of learned a little bit about that at the time. Like, wow, they actually had a single, and they had that as the B-side. Believe it or not.
That's interesting.
It's crazy but true.
Wow.
So
There's probably a million of them that we could think
Oh
of.
yeah.
So just to throw the corny out there, Bob Dylan wrote Wagon Wheel.
Yeah.
And also Garth Brooks had a hit with "To Make You Feel My Love."
Yeah, that's
a
right.
Bob Dylan song.
You're right. You are correct.
And the interesting thing about that is there's not another songwriter I can think of. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
That can claim Hendrix.
Yeah,
recording,
Hendrix.
Garth Brooks.
Yeah. Guns N' Roses doing
Guns N'
Knocking
Roses,
on
Knocking
Heaven's
on
Door. I thought it was a good remake.
Think about that as a songwriter.
As a songwriter.
How many different types of
Yeah.
acts did that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
you got to kudos to Bob Dylan as a songwriter, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Think about that.
Rolling Stone.
Rolling Stone, man. Yeah.
We need to hear Cartman sing Bob Dylan.
You wouldn't see a Bob Dylan making it through the one of those The Voice or one
The
of
Voice,
those,
yeah.
one of those
Oh God.
singing shows.
American Idol.
So not to make this too long, but did you guys watch the documentary on when they recorded "We Are the World"?
No, I
No,
did
I
not
haven't
see
watched
that.
Okay,
No.
so it happened on the night of the American Music Awards after it's the one that Lionel Richie hosted, where he kept saying outrageous and he was winning all the awards
okay.
as a host. Everybody left there and went straight to the studio.
Oh wow.
Okay, so those videos, the video you've seen of that
Yeah.
is a live performance of them in the studio.
Okay.
So it's a documentary on that night.
Yeah.
And Bob Dylan's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's got that specific part.
Yeah.
And he is visibly uncomfortable. He looks like the outcast kid at the dance that nobody will talk to.
Right.
And he's Bob Dylan.
Bob
But
Dylan,
everybody's cool with him. Nobody's
Yeah,
ostracizing him.
right.
He's just uncomfortable because he's
Yeah.
got this lyric piece of paper walking around.
Yeah.
And so the coolest thing about this thing, I know I'm giving it away, Stevie Wonder can't see, walks over to him and he's basically just pumping him up.
Yeah.
This is how you sing it. And Stevie Wonder, I think, is kind of trying not to copy Bob Dylan, but copy Bob Dylan.
Right,
That's all I know. And Stevie Wonder is the one that gave him the juice to go sing the line because he wanted to leave. It was evident.
Wow.
Really
All right.
interesting.
Well, I
I'll
honestly didn't know.
have to watch
Yeah.
it. I'll have to watch it. Well, I guess that wraps up this week's episode of Rock Talk. Where are you guys playing at this weekend?
I'm playing with Tyler Nichols, my good friend Tyler, and the Tyler Nichols Band, awesome band, out at the Oak Grove Crab Fest, which is close to Colonial Beach. So that's Saturday, August 9th at 5 o'clock, 5 to 9. And it should be a fun afternoon of seafood and classic rock and roll.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
All right.
Friday, I'm at
The 8th.
Wilderness Run
Oh. Wow.
at that way.
Yep.
The
August 8th.
the resort, the
resort part. Okay. Yeah.
the
Cool.
campground, and I do a 2-hour set from 7 to 9, and I think Bart's going to play some.
Oh, wonderful. Our good friend
percussion
Bart
with me.
Balderson, a good friend of ours. Yep.
And Saturday, Virginia Beach with the cover band Damn Straight, which we get to throw fastballs all night. That's a lot of fun, and I don't have to sing, so it's just.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then Sunday, Star Hill Brewery up in McLean.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
Busy.
All right.
Yep.
Busy. That's
Awesome,
cool.
awesome.
Yeah. I got to get ready for. We're doing a clinic. next month. I think it's second weekend in
September
September
13th, Saturday,
yeah.
right?
Matthew Mills, really good neoclassical guitar player, is going to be here at Volume 11 Music, doing a guitar clinic. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then I've got to run around and find a venue because we're going to be doing a guitar contest. We haven't named it yet, but we're bringing back some rock and roll
Bringing back
in
the rock and
Fredericksburg.
roll.
So so if you're enjoying the program, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like it. Do all that kind of stuff. Share it with your friends. Tell everybody about it. We need to get a lot more followers. I would really appreciate it. So have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
This has been an episode of Volume 11 Rock Talk Podcast, brought to you by Volume 11 Music.